I marked this game as one of the absolute most difficult games, talking about Illinois and Chattanooga. But it didn't matter to me whether it was Illinois or whether it was Chattanooga. It did not matter. This was going to be and is going to be one of the nip and tuck, upset special type of games. The first seed, you know what? It's Arizona, and it should be. Arizona is the most, how do I put this, aesthetically pleasing teams. I mean, look, I'm watching them play UCLA, and UCLA's playing well. They're going along, and you can just kind of tell in the Pac-12 championship, man, this is going to go Arizona's way, and it did. It did, and it did in a hurry. Let's stay with Illinois' side. So Arizona's the 1 seed. Seton Hall and TCU, I don't think either are playing well enough to challenge Arizona. Gun to head, I'll take Seton Hall, even though I do like Jamie Dixon's TCU team. I don't like them that much. You know, Lauren O'Connor was our producer here for a while. She's a Seton Hall grad, and I like her a lot. UAB with Andy Kennedy. Andy Kennedy was working with me in Orlando 2 years ago. Now he's got a team in the NCAA tournament taking on Houston. Let me tell you about Houston. Houston looked damn good the other day, and here's what they have. They have an immense pride. Now, you can talk about all, that's fine. You can talk about players, but here's what Houston have. They lost twice, not once, but twice to Memphis. They played them again in the AAC championship, the Atlantic Conference championship. I'm watching that game yesterday, and about 2 minutes in, I'm like, this game is over. Houston's big, they're strong, they're athletic, and they're prideful. I think Andy Kennedy's UAB team is good. I watched them play the championship game. I was not all that impressed with them. I think it's going to be a tough road for Houston. I'll get into the fades and the gambling number. I think it's going to be a tough road for UAB. I'll get into the fades and the gambling numbers and all those things as we move through the week. But this is a game I would anticipate Houston being in really good shape with. Colorado State and Michigan. Let me explain something to you. We're going to find out about the Mountain West. We're going to find out because Colorado State got a pretty damn good seed. A lot of people complaining about Michigan's seed. I really don't care. This is more about conferences. Look, talent level, very few teams have the talent level of Michigan. I'm sorry, they just don't. You got a big guy inside in Hunter Dickinson who's as good as there is. Devontae Jones has started playing. The Houston kid was a top 50 recruit. He's okay. Then you've got Eli Brooks, who's been there forever. Brandon Johns, who actually Beeline and their staff thought was going to be an NBA guy. There are very few teams that are going to be in the Mountain West Conference that are going to be as talented as Michigan. But you don't have to be as talented as Michigan. This game I'm looking at, I swear to God, is a referendum on conferences. Wyoming's playing Indiana. Boise State's in. You got three teams from the Mountain West. So I'm sitting here going, okay, well, Indiana, Michigan, late adds to the tournament. You got 9 teams from the Big Ten. If the Big Ten wants to have a decent year, I understand it's all based on national championship or Final Fours. Fine. But this is a game that the league has to step up and play. I'm telling you, weird, right? But if Colorado State beats Michigan, I would look at myself as a Big Ten fan and go, hey, how good is our league really? You should be able to handle them. Just like Indiana should be able to handle the fourth place team in that league. All right? Tennessee got screwed. Look, I don't care how you slice it. I honestly don't. And the dumbest narrative, I'm going to talk to Chad Withrow about this coming up here in about 8 minutes. The dumbest narrative I heard all day yesterday was from Joe Lunardi, and it's not Joe's fault. Absolutely not Joe's fault. Joe said what everybody knows. For some reason, and I will never understand the reason, the committee doesn't look at Sunday's games. That's asinine to me. I'm sorry, but it is just absolutely asinine. There is no metric at all where you can say Tennessee should be behind Kentucky, should be behind Duke. Clay Travers laid it out right here for me. Tennessee net 7, Duke 12. Ken Palm, Tennessee 7, Duke 12. BPI, 5 for Tennessee, 11 for Duke. Sagarin, 7 for Tennessee, 11 for Duke. KPI, 4 for Tennessee, 14 for Duke. T-rank, whatever the hell all this stuff is, 7 for Tennessee, 9 for Duke. It's insanity to me.